Hello and welcome back to Last of Eden's Vices, a Vampire the Masquerade chronicle by Goblets and Gates. In just a moment, I will introduce our kindred, but first, we'll have a quick word about safety. Vampire the Masquerade is a game of personal horror, and as such, we might touch on sensitive topics. The cast and I have completed a session 0. I have their lines and veils. In chat, you will see a list of content warnings for this session. For our podcast and YouTube listeners, these can be found in the episode notes. Now, let us move on to the kindred. They will go around, introduce themselves, telling you who they are and who they're playing. And we'll start with you, Aki.
Hi, I'm Aki. My pronouns are she, her, and I am playing Faline Quinn. You know her name now. And who also uses she, her pronouns. We are the Banu Haki. We're so not well. That's it.
Hi, y'all. I'm Alyssa. My pronouns are they, them, and I play Nora Wilmore, who is a caitiff, and Nora's pronouns are she, they.
Hello, I'm Dusty. I use the he pronouns, and I'm playing Lupe Cruz, who is our bruja, who is having a time. Is it of her life? Who could say?
Hi, everybody. My name is Nala or Jay. My pronouns are they, them. And tonight I am playing Eirlin Shu, who uses Zizimzir's pronouns. And Eirlin is Malkavian and is normal.
Hi, everybody. I'm Liv. I use she, they pronouns, and I play the Toreador of the group, Sylvie, who uses she, her pronouns, who doesn't care what you say or what you think. Okay? Thanks for asking. She's doing great.
They are all doing incredibly fine. Nothing horrible is happening, no trauma whatsoever. Last session, you all spent some time in the Echo and met one Arstrades Dragoman, a part of the ministry, and through that, bargaining for information, such as a kindred who's supposed to be dead has been seen walking around Providence. And Eirlin specifically learned a little bit more about Project Apollo. Just that it's connected to Daedalus Solutions. The prince is very interested in. One of Z's coterie has some information about it, specifically Faline. And before we see what the next night holds for us, there are still a few things to wrap up. Our poor Bruja is found herself stuck in the Echo without a way out, and has been joined by Nora at the bar.
I think they were sitting there, and this maybe would have been a couple minutes after Nora caused the short-circuiting EMP of the tech there, and I looked over and just at Nora and just, you don't have to stay here tonight. You don't have to stay. I'm fine.
Nora sort of rolls her eyes and shrugs and says, I'm not just going to leave you here in his place alone. I really hate men like that who just dangle the power they have over you and toy with us. It's safer for me to not react the way that you did, but I appreciate that you did. So I'm not going to leave you.
Well, we agree on something. At least reacting safely is not exactly something I'm used to. I'm sure you've realized that.
I mean, it seems like you're strong enough to back it up, so.
Most times. I mean, at least now. All Are you also not dreading, just so annoyed we have to help?
I think that connecting him with Felix is enough. I can't imagine what extra help he needs, and certainly if he's not willing to trade boons, then, well, we just don't have to accept anything else. I'm definitely not coming back here. Unless I absolutely have to.
Lupe is like swirling the like whiskey glass she has in front of her. This is probably maybe like her fourth or fifth glass because it's not really doing anything. She's just kind of like drinking the things just to like drink something, do something with their hands and whatever, and just yeah, I fucking hate people like this. Even if we help them, just like a tick on the back of a king is still a parasite.
Nora didn't order a drink, but sort of raises her hand up in a like, as if she were holding one in a like cheers gesture.
And then Lupe looks back down. It's not like they're going to get away with this. Hopefully, no, it's not gonna. They trapped me in here because they wanted a show, but and GM, you told me at the end of the last session I had to roll something because Lupe's conviction was broken about stuff.
Yeah, you were forced to break your conviction by what Aristrades did to you of letting someone else control you and make choices. So I'm gonna need you to give me a willpower check.
Got a question. Could I lower my willpower, or is it still at the current one because it's the same night?
It is a new session, so you reset based on your resolve or composure, whichever is higher. You get that much willpower back.
Beautiful. I'm glad I have good resolve.
Mm-hmm. It is a difficulty 3, or you could decide to ride the wave and let the beast take control.
I'm gonna try to roll.
Yeah.
Because Lupe wants to deal with this later, but the beast may not. Is this something that I could rouse for?
No, you can't.
Fair enough.
And in the back of your mind, you just hear a very familiar voice say, "You really going to let this asshole tell you what to do?"
And I just roll willpower, right?
Roll willpower.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. I rolled a 1 on my success.
So you are going to frenzy. This voice in the back of your head says, "It's right. Just fucking wreck it."
And I think what happens is Lupe says like "but" and it's like swirling the glass and kind of slows, but then says, "Though I guess I can't just give him a show," and is going to gonna start by slamming the glass on the bar, and Lupe wants to storm off to down wherever the hell we were at. And if anyone tries to stop them, Lupe is gonna not let them.
Oh, they were specifically told to let you do whatever.
Yeah, and Lupe is gonna go back down to this area and is gonna start just trashing whatever the hell she finds. It sounds like she's going to be lost, but she's going to be going through that area, kicking down doors, breaking whatever's in there, maybe grabbing like, I don't know, something that could be used like as a bat and going down and breaking TV screens, monitors, very loudly.
Is there anything I can do to try and stop this?
I would allow you to make a manipulation persuasion roll to try and talk them down.
Could I just grab her?
Yeah, that would be a strength brawl.
Strength brawl? Okay.
Mhm.
I will do that.
And Lupe, you don't want to be grabbed. You are going to roll dexterity athletics, and because you're frenzying, you get a 2-die bonus. And you must rouse.
I must rouse.
Yep.
Okay, so let me.
But you'll get 2 dice on top of that as well.
Okay, so that's a failure. So I got hungrier.
Mm-hmm. And give me that. So you'll get 4 extra dice.
You said dexterity athletics?
Yep.
Row. Maybe I roll bad. This is probably just a great time to roll.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I got 4, you got 5.
Yeah.
It really looks like you got them for a second, and then just this surge of just unholy energy, and it's just they're gone.
Is this like you before I get down there, or you followed me down?
I think that I followed you down thinking maybe you were just sort of like hissy and wanted to be alone. And it became clear that that is not what was happening.
Yeah, Lupe would like push you off and just say, "No, Nora, they wanted a fucking show. So I'm giving them what they want."
They wanted a fucking show, so you're going to make us owe them more.
I'll figure it out after the fact, they say as they throw TV across the room.
There's a lot of mirrors down here. Not really any
Beautiful.
TVs. Not any TVs down here. There definitely is a bit of a lack of technology, but there's a lot of these rooms have mirrors all over the place.
Oh, beautiful. Then yeah. How many years of bad luck I'm getting? I lost count.
Yeah, you're probably up to 300 at this point with as many mirrors you've smashed. Luckily, you're immortal, so you'll eventually get past that bad luck. But eventually, after an hour or two, you will calm down, having run out of a lot of things to break, because you keep opening doors which you think are new rooms to being rooms that you've already trashed. It is a maze down here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think after that, Lupe would find one and just are like at a stairway and just sit down at the steps and just let their breathing return to more normal and just is Nora just like left?
I think Nora sort of followed you through the first room, but when it became clear that you were just like sort of going through all of them, yeah, she left, I think, just to go get a meal.
Hungry?
3 hunger, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you're gonna do that tonight, we'll get your hunting roll. And also, while you were doing that, Sylvie, you left the bar, having just holding in this shot of alcohol before your stomach forces it back up.
Yeah. I'm gonna go find a private place to do that. Now that I feel like I have proven my point. What's the point? Don't ask. But I think, God, after this,
You probably have about 3 to 4 hours left of the night.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna wander my way home. I think, like, I think Sylvie's just kind of feeling an all-time low and just needs to walk home alone as she thinks about everything that's happened to her. Yeah, I think it's like a lot of like thinking about tonight, thinking about everything that happened, thinking about how she pushed with Faline and dug her heels in for really no real reason. Like, she was a bitch for no real reason. Like, we all made mistakes and everything, but I think that now, after everything that had happened previously, like, Sylvie can't let herself. It's not that Sylvie can't let herself make mistakes. Sylvie makes mistakes all the time. But I think being called out on those mistakes is different now. Ever since like that whole situation with Lana and Vivian happened, it's like she doesn't like being called out on her mistakes, and I think that's got her spiraling and thinking about her past a bit. Yeah.
Well, while you're walking home, just give me a quick wits awareness roll.
Wits awareness. Okay. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Okay, let's see. That's one success.
It's fine.
Okay. We say so.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Just the normal end of a night. And Nora, what was that roll for your hunting?
3 successes.
Are you hunting in your domain?
No, I'm hunting at this bar, I think. I think I
Hunting at the
literally
bar.
like went back upstairs and tried to find someone who was yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say with the crowded bar environment, you can find someone. What is your hunger currently at?
It is currently 3.
Okay. Then how much would you like to take?
I will take 2.
Yeah. There's nice little alcoves you can drag someone in where nobody's gonna see you, and you can kind of just leave them in there to eventually wander off back home as the night comes to a close. Lupe, you are even at the end of the night, and you know sunrise is less than an hour away. You still can't find that exit. Would you like to try one more time?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be a wits resolve roll. You can rouse to get extra dice.
I will. Hey, no hungy. Resolve. Wits. +2. Seven successes.
This is
A messy critical.
Remember, the DC was 10, and you have 4 dice to re-roll.
Yeah, that's I right click it and do willpower reroll.
Yes.
It says max 3.
Max 3. You can roll up to 3.
I got 1.
So it is 8. So it is unfortunately not enough, even with that critical. You know where the door should be. It's just not there. And for the... I'm going to give you a lovely, lovely compulsion.
What does that mean?
This is a thing. Until you feed again, you are under the hunger compulsion. And you will do anything to slake your hunger. And any action you perform that does not, that does not have anything to do with feeding and stating that hunger is at a 2 dice penalty. And it will end as soon as you feed.
Well, I think she knows what she's going to do when she gets back.
Yes. But one of the echo chamber does offer you a place to stay in the basement. It was a lot nicer, but there are secure rooms there.
I think Lupe would actually reach out to Antonio to see if they could pick them up, like in, I don't know, a car that's shaded, because no way Lupe wants to stay here any longer.
So, it wouldn't be a car that's shaded because you would not be able to leave until sunrise because you will fall into day sleep.
Oh, they just get sleepy.
You would have to roll a humanity roll to stay awake during the day.
And then I would get a -2 because I'm hungry.
Yes. But I will say, as long as you are not opposed to your body being moved during the day. Body bags are a thing.
If it's Antonio, yes.
Luckily, Aristrades seems to be busy, and one of the echo chamber is taking a little bit of pity on you. Specifically Dakota, because, you could have your coterie really could have raked her over the coals for what she did. And so she will, because she is a thin blood, so she can actually walk around during the day. She will give you a body bag and zip you up as the day sleep comes, and she will hand you over to Antonio when he arrives. Antonio will put you in the back of the van and drop you in your room. So you will wake up in your room at the end of the night, tomorrow night.
Perfect.
Yeah. So the day will arrive and you all will sleep. And then night comes around again, like it always does. And I need rouse checks from everyone.
It's time to wake up. Yay.
Everybody wake the fuck up. Oh.
We're all hungry.
Not me. Not me. I'm good.
Hey, audience. See what standing on your business, fucking being a nepo baby. See,
I've got problems too, but they don't really have to bother me at least first thing in the morning.
It's giving hot girls, we have problems too.
Yeah, exactly.
We're just like you, except we're hot.
I don't gotta worry about things like, like rent or anything. But like I can worry about things like
problems too.
Exactly. Like I can worry about things like, the morality of man and what the meaning of life is. But like my rent covered. I don't even pay rent. What am I saying?
I was gonna say you've never seen a fucking utility bill a day in your goddamn life. Don't even talk to me.
You don't know that. You don't know me. I mean, I haven't seen one in 10 years. I'll give you that.
So it seems like we should start with you, Faline. You wake up, you don't feel hungrier, but you had some, let's call them revelations last night.
Mm-hmm. Ironically, I'm also a bald, agender femme person, but like, that's fine. That is a reference for just Alyssa. Okay. Yeah, I had some revelations. I'm not doing good. I'm not hungry, which is just yay, that's one problem done. But I'm not doing great. It's honestly gonna be a mental health day. for me. And I want to be taken care of, so I'm going to call Alicia because I don't think anyone else everybody else has things they need to do. And Elysium might as well, but I just know that she's more likely to take care of me if I need it. So I'll call her, be like, hey, things are bad. Could you come over?
And her answer would be, I'll be there in 30 minutes.
Dope. And yeah, no, literally, I'm not gonna answer my phone. Like, I don't turn it off. I don't block it. It's just like on silence, where it's like if I need to check it, sure, but I'm not really answering. And if unless it's like my dad or my uncle, but really it'll just be like, I'm staying home today, you know, like it'll be one of those, don't worry about it, I'm here.
You actually notice that it does not appear that Keaton or Amand have been by the house in multiple days at this point.
Oh, okay. Is that normal?
No, it is not. But you realize that the fallout from Elysium may be worse than you realize.
Mm-hmm. Then I am going to text my uncle. My uncle might be a little bit better to approach for this.
Mm-hmm.
Say, where are you guys? Also, I heard something about recently dead people that might not be dead. To see if I could spark at least that interest. So that means I'm trying to force my uncle into a conversation with me, but like also dangling things that are possibly relevant to them.
You get a text that says, at Daedalus, all hands on deck. If you have any information, let me or Armand know.
Yeah, fuck it. I will text them. Like reply back to Keaton, and say, apparently, Corvus, correct? Yeah, apparently Corvus has been seen alive and well. Question mark. That is after Elysium. You know, whoop whoop whoop. Just sending it like that.
Yep. You get a message back being like, "Where did you get the information?" And we'll look into it.
Reply from a sus source. Not sure how well I could trust them.
We get well, we'll take it with a grain of salt. Poke around, see if we find anything.
You know what? And I'll send. Person was from the ministry, so that much I'll send.
There's a gap between messages, and a couple minutes later you get the ministry is in Providence? Question mark. Like, this is...
Oh, reply. Just one and he's old.
You get another message that says, another problem on the pile. Great.
I sent him a bunch of emojis to further emphasize the level of sarcasm that I am trying to send to him. It'll be a bunch of shrug, smiling imp, like fucking fireworks, the crickets and beetles that go up and down, so it looks like it's the twerking one, but like not many people know about the twerking bugs, so there's that. But yeah, sending him like an unnecessary amount of emojis just to further explicate the sarcasm and be like, I know a little bit more, but I'm still not too super.
Yeah, and you get a message back saying like, don't trust a snake emoji.
And I reply with, what did Etienne ever do to you? And that's
yeah.
But yeah, otherwise I'm gonna have a chill day at home. Me, my snake.
Yeah.
Really comfortable green tracksuit. Like so many blankets.
Yeah. Alessia will arrive after about 30 minutes. Car with she looks the most dressed down you've ever seen her, but still, even for her, dressed down is, slacks and a button-up shirt.
No, that's a mean joke. I'm good.
Yeah. Well, you'll open the door and just say, everything all right?
No. Do you want to hear about my night first? Do you want to hear about things that I have learned?
Well, tell me what you've learned, and we'll go from there.
So I've been getting, you already know I've been getting lessons from Felix. Would turn out that we have a lot more common interests, I guess you could say.
In what way?
I've talked to you about Gabriel before, right?
Yeah, you have.
I know exactly who Felix's sire is, and Gabriel's been was searching for her for my entire life. So, not great.
Yeah, I can. That feels like it's putting it lightly.
And then I met this useless immortal twink, and I'm gonna just vent.
Yeah.
And we can, I don't know, do you, we can keep going, or you can move on from me, because...
Yeah, I will say, there's one thing I'll say before you move on. About an hour into your conversation, she has to take a phone call. Phone call is all in Italian. And she says it's a contact from Boston.
Boston.
You know, you're aware of her mafia ties.
Yeah. Just be like, damn.
Yeah. But yes, let's see. What will we move on to next? Sylvie, you don't usually dream.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, you don't usually dream, and tonight was strange.
Yeah.
It was like that classic, stress nightmare of being chased, something chasing you, but you can't get away.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt incredibly real. And then you woke up. and you will take a superficial willpower damage.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, Sylvie wakes up fully freaked out. Actually, yeah, I do think she puts a hand to her chest out of like reflex, but obviously there's nothing there, so that's a little silly. But she tries to center herself, tries to relax. And then there's this part of her in the back of her mind is like, oh my God, does everybody have nightmares after they kill a guy? Oh my God. So now that's her new source of paranoia.
What hunger are you sitting at currently?
Ooh, I forgot. I failed my rouse check, so that means I'm at hunger 2?
Hunger 2? Not bad. What is your plan for the night? Are you going to hunt? Or are you going to try to meet up with everyone?
I think I'm going to try to hunt beforehand because the idea of walking around this hungry doesn't feel great. So I'm going to try to hunt and then I'll go see everybody.
Oh, and you were just at Hunger 0 last night. You felt truly full for the first time ever.
Yeah. Fucking sucks.
Well, give me your charisma persuasion, I believe, for your
charisma
hunting roll.
Wait, let me check something really quick.
And there will be things that you'll add like you're beautiful and
I have a new tool. So I have a new like little toy.
Yeah.
I was trying to see if that would help me at all. But probably not. Okay, anyway, it's fine. Okay, so charisma persuasion. And I can add, let's see, you said I could add beautiful. That's probably the only thing I have, really.
Beautiful. You do have seduction as a specialty.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that too then.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay. So that gives me 2 pluses?
Yeah, you get 2 extra dice for that.
Cool. All right, let's roll. Okay, I have a possible bestial failure and 1 success.
Would you like to willpower that?
Yeah, fuck it. Why not? I'm not trying to have another bad day.
Yeah, this would definitely be a very bad day.
Yeah. Okay. So that lets me reroll.
Reroll up to 3 dice. You can right click on the thing and it'll be willpower reroll.
Beautiful, thank you. Okay, that's 2 successes.
Yep, so it is 3 successes total. So you are able to feed, especially if you spend time, especially if you're feeding in your domain. The lovely taste of college boys.
Yeah, my favorite. So does that clear all of my hunger?
You're at 2, so you could clear 1 hunger. You can't go back down to hunger 0 unless you want another dead body on your hands.
That's true, yeah.
And then after feeding, what is your plan for the night?
I'm gonna go find all my friends.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the thing I have to do. I do feel awkward about it, but also everybody likes me.
Yeah.
Everybody always ends up liking me, even when I make a mistake.
I think this will lead very well into, especially if you're going to go to the frat house, because that would be the closest. Lead into Nora and what Nora is up to.
Yeah, I think that Nora sort of wakes up at home. She did not end up sticking around the whole night because Lupe went on rampage. And I think the first thing that she ends up doing is checking her phone to see if there's anything from Sam, because he mentioned that he would go visit the house in the daytime to check it out.
Yeah, and there is a message from Sam that says, gave a run of it during the day. I think there are at least 2 two of your kind in there? He wanted to use the word leech, and then that felt bad.
I think Nora sends a less than 3 symbol, and then says, types back, "Thank you so much. I feel a lot better knowing that you're safe and that you could help with this."
You'll get a message back. Do you want me to drop by tonight?
Any messages from the rest of the coterie?
It's a question for the rest of the coterie. Would you have sent anything in the group chat or to Nora specifically when you woke up?
Nothing from Faline.
Okay.
I think.
I'm sorry.
Eirlin would have sent just a message to the general group chat. I think specifically pinging Lupe, but basically saying "You good? You made it home?" It's very much the text me when you get home kind of vibes.
Lupe hasn't responded yet, but I think she may be trying to feed right now. So
yeah, your feeding ritual is a little involved. All right. Then yeah, you haven't gotten anything specifically, but Sylvie will be showing up soon.
Yeah, and I think that after all the tension of last night, Nora ends up just saying, maybe tomorrow. I think there's some family stuff I need to deal with.
He goes, yeah, just let me know. Don't have much going on.
Yep. And she'll send off another stay safe, less than 3.
Yeah, you also stay safe.
And yeah, I think the only other thing that I would like to do before anyone shows up or before I go out looking for folks would be to text that number that I got from Aranthe, which I know is not her number because she does not do technology, but was someone that I could get in contact with.
It's the said it was a number for Roman Bruja, and just if you had a message to give it to him and he'd pass it on.
Yeah, and so I think that Nora will give the address of... Nope, that's a bad idea to do right now. Nora will just say, what's a decent message that I can pass along to a third person? I don't know. Just thinking of you.
Yeah. You get a reply to the message that it will be passed along. It does seem like the entire coterie is used to being messengers for Aranthe because, she can't use a phone.
Oh, she's the only one. I assumed it was. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because her coterie is a Bruja, a Gangrel, a Nosferatu, and a Lasombra. Yeah, and before Sylvie shows up, we'll jump around and figure out what everyone else is doing before the coterie gathers. We'll go to Eirlin.
Oh, I am unmuted already. Hi.
Yes. Is what hunger are you at currently? I yours didn't go up, but just one. Cool.
One.
You wake up, and what are your plans for the night?
I don't think Eirlin has any plans specifically, so I think Z goes downstairs, checks to see if there's any clients tonight, and I think there is none. Scheduled at least, and so I think Eirlin is going to spend at least the early evening, I think just baking some ceramics. And sort of thinking about all of the information that Z's gotten recently. And trying to inwardly decide what to do. And I also think Eirlin is going to consult Zir cards just to ask, to try to find some guidance about what to do. Whether or not Z is going to ask Faline or not, or who else Z should ask about all the stuff that's happening.
Very fair.
So I will do that because I'm curious. But otherwise, I think I'm just working on making some more pottery.
Also, Lupe, could you give me your feeding roll?
Yes. Is there a specific thing I roll for that?
I think because yours feels very we'll do manipulation, intimidation.
Manipulation, intimidation. Why would you say okay?
You take them to the feeding room. You know, the normal, the very, very normal room.
Yeah, I got a possible bestial failure with 2 successes.
2 successes. So great news because you did have some successes. It's not a bestial failure. It's just going to be a regular failure. Unfortunately, you cannot find somebody to go down to the feeding room.
Lupe text Antonio. What the fuck?
You get a message back being like, there's no one new this week. You know, everyone's out busy currently.
I have said in previous sessions that I have a fridge filled with beer bottles filled with blood.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not preferred because like she just like drinks some of that.
Give me a we'll just do give me a wits streetwise to see how many you have currently.
Okay.
So yeah, I will say that you do have also you have 4 currently. So you can sate a max of 4 hunger with it, but it's not great. It's like drinking sludge.
Yeah, with those five successes with a possible failure again, I think she'll drink 2. Because like she may have chugged 1, and it's like when you have like a meal replacement shake or like a protein shake that like you need to drink because you have to get on with your day, and she chugs it and has like a gross ass look on her face, but just like, fuck, I'm still thirsty, and then drinks another one.
We'll say that does at least sate your compulsion, so.
And then we'll responsibly recycle and clean out the bottles to be used for later.
Well. So, Eirlin, what did those cards say?
Eirlin pulled strength. And in this particular deck that I'm using, the card is inspired by Jekyll and Hyde. And so the way that I think I'm interpreting this is that it is a yes, but be very fucking careful. And I think Eirlin also feels a little bit of, maybe trepidation is the right word, from last night. Not regret with asking this random guy who we didn't even know, but Z definitely is like, Maybe I should have thought about that before doing all of that. Because all in all, he didn't really tell me too much new information. At least he confirmed Eirlin's like gut feelings, but otherwise actually didn't have that much new information. So I think Z's kind of sitting there feeling like, oh man, like that might have not been the best idea. But I think Z will text Faline separately, and we'll just say, hi Faline, comma, are you busy tonight? I have some questions.
So I did say that I wasn't going to answer my phone unless it was dad or uncle. And so I do not think I'm answering my phone.
Cool.
Because you are neither my father nor my uncle. And that would be weird if you were.
That would be very strange. And so I think after Eirlin's left on red, I think Z will just kind of settle in for the night and is gonna have a nice little night in, probably throw on some kind of TV just to listen to and watch while I make some pottery. And I think Eirlin is making a matching set of like a plate, a bowl, and a cup. And I think Z's working on that for the rest of the night.
All right. Then we'll move back to Sylvie and Nora meeting up at the frat house.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I assume everyone has keys.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think when I get there and I see just Nora, I'm kind of surprised, and I look around and I'm just like, nobody else showed up?
Not yet, at least.
Okay. I'm gonna like flop myself onto one of the couches.
What was that all about last night?
What?
The fighting? You and Faline?
Nothing.
It was a lot for nothing.
It's not a big deal. I mean, it's not gonna be a big deal. Like, it's fine. It happened. It's over. We can move forward.
Are you sure about that? Because Faline seems like the type who might keep grudges.
But, like, we're friends. And besides, nobody can be mad at me forever.
How long have you been a vampire?
Rude question. But like 10 years?
I'm just saying that as someone who has kept a grudge for me doing math in my head, more than 50, I think that
You need to let it go? Oh my god. Yeah, I agree. Holy shit. Are you okay?
I'm much better now in the last few days.
But you're
and
still
I'll be...
holding the grudge. So, like, how can you be better? You know, okay, listen. So there's this influencer. Like, she's the cutest. And she talks all about how you have to, like, let things go. And maybe your, like, undead life would be a lot better if you just let it go.
No, my life will be a lot better once it's resolved. You're right.
That's not what I said. Okay, so... Okay, you know what? Fill me in on the deep, dark backstory, okay? What are you upset about? Why are you holding this grudge? Let's... I bet you I could solve your problem.
I think that Nora does actually laugh a little bit, like genuinely.
Uh-huh.
There's a man, a kindred, who I'm going to kill soon, and then everything will be fine. It's a very simple resolution.
Okay, why?
He left me to die, and until 2 days ago, I thought that he had killed the most important person in my life.
Somebody killed Sam?
You've only known Sam for a month.
I mean, you're the most important person in his life. I thought it was mutual.
It doesn't quite work like that. Have you not bonded anyone before?
No, like totally. Yeah, no, I've definitely done. What do you describe as bonding? Like, what's your definition of bonding?
I'll take that as a no.
It's not a no.
It's when you feed your blood to kine, it creates a bond between the two of you. It makes them more amenable to you and your suggestions. I mean, you can do it with animals too. I assume that that's what Faline's Etienne is.
Storyteller check. Aubrey, is this something my ex and I would have done?
It depends on how toxic you wanted to get with it. The thing is, your ex being a thin blood could not bond you because their blood is not powerful enough. But you could have certainly bonded them. And there
Yeah.
is a chance that blood was swapped during certain intimate activities, and I don't know if it was a full bond, but there was something.
Yeah, I think honestly, especially because Sylvie's playing the like, yeah, no, I totally know what that is card. I think it's the latter. I think if you're okay with saying it, I'm okay with saying that. Like, I think probably there was some accidental swapping happening. Because
What's
Sylvie's
a little exchange of vitae between kindred?
Yeah,
in the
I
heat
mean,
of the
listen,
moment.
Sylvie definitely fell asleep in Kindred 101. I think that much is obvious. Yeah, okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm gonna I think Sylvie's sitting there thinking about everything. Okay, so part of the reason why Sam literally looks at you with puppy dog eyes is not because the fact that he's like a dog, but actually because like you have this bond with him. Or he has a bond on you, or you've bonded him.
I've bonded him. I mean, there are bonds that can go both ways between kindred.
But like he literally
but
can't.
He can't, no.
Yeah.
It was a bit of an experiment, I'll admit, the first time I did it, but it's been paying off.
Interesting. No, I don't think I've done that before, but like maybe I should.
Is Storyteller?
Yes.
Is that like, what is my question? Is this a thing that you're allowed to like do? Or if you have like an active sire or something, would you have to like clear it?
Not if you're making a ghoul. For the most part, you don't have to seek permission to have a ghoul. It is very expected that most kindred will have ghouls at some point.
Okay.
Because you need people to do shit for you during the day.
Right. Yeah, so I think Nora will just say, you know, as long as you don't accidentally turn them, embrace them, then it's
Oh my god, no. Embracing
useful.
somebody sounds like so much work. I'm never gonna do that.
I agree.
Okay, so we're gonna kill this guy. Yeah, she does say we specifically. So we're gonna kill this guy. When's the plan? When we rolling out?
I was not. Would you want to join us?
Oh,
for
I'm
that?
not getting my hands dirty, but like I can be there to help you out. We're a coterie.
Well, Sam checked out the house, the location, and said that there were at least 2 vampires in there. So, I mean, I'd like to just get it done and be done with it, but he's old and powerful, and I don't know
Oh,
what
old and powerful. Okay.
preparation.
The brakes start pumping a little bit. So if you need help, let me know. I'll ask around.
I'd rather it not get out. I think Nora
Oh,
says.
right. No, yeah, no. Oh my God, you're so right.
Right, the right of destruction and all of that. One of the tenets of the Camarilla. But also, Nora, is around this time your phone buzzes.
Yeah, I will check it.
There's a message from Sam saying something's going down at Swan Point Cemetery. I'm just saying this because that's usually our territory, and if others find out, it's gonna get messy.
I think Nora reads the message and then looks to Sylvie and says, "So, while it is technically a one-way bond, I would like to keep everything in place. Would you be willing to come with me to the cemetery?" And she'll show the phone.
As long as I don't have to get my hands dirty, sure.
Yeah, and I will, I think, text the group chat as well and be like, "Hey, let's meet up at this place ASAP. Group bonding. Team building activity."
Eirlin sends a photo of their pottery.
Bring the pot.
I'm sure there's lots of great clay at the cemetery, question.
Eirlin sends a picture of cheese.
Ooh, Sylvie's gonna text Eirlin individually and just, "Oh my God, have you bonded cheese? Is that a thing? Did you give cheese your blood?"
And I think in the picture of that Eirlin sent of cheese, I want to imagine, I don't know if this is canon or not, I don't care. Cheese has 2 little fangs poking out from his mouth.
Yeah.
Like itty bitty little fangs. And Eirlin sends back a blood emoji and then says, "Yes."
You should come to the cemetery and tell me all about that.
And Eirlin says, "What are we doing there?"
I'll tell you when you're here.
Eirlin sends a ... and then says, "I usually like knowing what we're doing before I just go somewhere."
Also, hey everybody, don't have a friend like please, I cannot stress this enough. She is not a good friend. She's gonna text back, we're helping Nora with something.
And just, Nora, your clarification, Swan Point isn't anywhere near the guy's manor. This is something else.
But we did have Sam did mention when we talked that, he had run into some of this about hounds, right? Or something. Did I just make that up?
No, he had run into some of the he's run into like the rainy day coterie and like other ones that hunt werewolves before. He is also a park ranger, and Swan Point is the cemetery is, yes, it's in the city, but it's like technically, he's currently at his job.
Eirlin will text back the group and say, sure, why not? I had nothing else to do tonight. You need a ride?
Yes, please.
Lupe, knowing full well that Nora wouldn't text people for a group bonding activity, just will give a thumbs up emoji.
So,
Oh, I was just gonna say, Eirlin texts and just says, "I'll pick y'all up at the frat house. Be there in 5." And Eirlin will climb into their trusty car named Nessie, bumper sticker clad, light blue Subaru Outback Steakhouse, and we'll drive it like the 5 minutes down the street to the frat house.
So, Faline.
I said I wasn't answering my phone. I don't even think I saw it. I think I'm too busy watching Love is Blind with Elysium. Just being like, what do you mean they don't see each other at all? How long are they stuck in these pods? Actually, how long are they? They're all human, right? They're feeding them, right? Is this like
one would hope?
Is this like an Airbnb, but like you're stuck in it? I don't know. This is so confusing.
This is where I show my age. What's an Airbnb?
Oh, babe. Now I explain an Airbnb. But I think that's what I'm distracted on. I did say I wasn't gonna answer my phone. I think I'm gonna stay here, y'all.
Well, luckily, Eirlin does know where you live, so...
Yeah, exactly. Come on over.
Yeah, you all arrive. Lupe, you head to the frat house?
Yes. With the car this time, not the motorcycle they stole, because that was stayed outside of the Echo. So the sedan that y'all got for Lupe?
Oh, yes, the one that belonged to Millie's mom.
Yeah. License plates have been like unceremoniously ripped off, so.
You got new ones. You just went to some random, place and just unscrewed.
Yeah, exactly.
Swapped the license plates from some car.
I had, you know what? No, I have it in my head that inside of Lupe's hideout, she just has a closet filled with license plates.
That makes sense.
All stolen, but yes.
When Eirlin picks y'all up, Z will just say, "Have any of you heard from Faline? Because I texted her and she isn't answering me."
No, not since yesterday.
I don't say anything.
Probably busy. Doesn't matter. All right, where are we going?
The cemetery. Sam said there was something happening there.
What cemetery? There's many.
Oh, sorry. Swan Point?
Cool. And Eirlin puts that into your navigation, and we'll start going. Lupe, are you with us, or are you in your own car?
I think Lupe is gonna follow so she could ditch that car at the cemetery.
Okay. Cool. So we go.
I mean, who's gonna steal it? The dead bodies?
So true.
Well,
That's so
technically-
convenient. You wake up in the cemetery and there's just a car there? Perfect.
It's like Uber for vampires.
Uber?
Uber?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's... Moving on. It takes you 15, 20 minutes to get to the cemetery. And Nora, you would recognize Sam's truck. You all have at least seen the truck before. It's an old, beat up, kind of truck. It looks like he's taking care of it though. And you can kind of like see him like sitting in the driver's seat as he's looking, and he's all dressed up in his like park ranger uniform.
I wolf whistle.
Is that appropriate?
Nora, because we're both sitting, like we were both in the back seat because we let Eirlin drive us around like an Uber driver.
Yeah.
Sort of slaps
I'm
you gently
sitting
on the arm.
I hide behind Nora. I wolf whistle, which is extremely inappropriate. Sam's culture is not a costume. I wolf whistle and then I hide behind Nora.
Eirlin ignores all of that and parks their car.
Yep. Sam gets out and starts moving towards all of you, and it just says, "Yeah, I was on patrol tonight and saw there's a van that's been coming through for the last couple of days. I just thought it was people doing work. It is stuck around a lot longer than anyone would, and it definitely looks like they're trying to hide it." And you all seemed like the best option, because if my pack learn about this, it's not going to end well.
Yeah, I mean, we can check it out. What do you think it is? Sabat or just?
Oh, I mean, it could be. It could also just be one of the what's the word for it? They look like the little bat creatures. Thinking that the cemetery, I don't know, I haven't gotten a look at the person, but that group of the kindred, they like to hang out in cemetery sometimes. I've seen the ones that kind of just look like giant bats.
What's kind of funny, y'all? I don't think, I'm looking through my notes right now, I don't think Eirlin knows that you kept in contact with Sam. Until right now.
Yeah, after that second episode, after the Millie thing, I don't know if you kept in contact. Because Sam helped you with the Millie thing. He was your bait.
Help us. Sam was bait. Okay, wait, so then I knew that. So it hasn't been since, like, session 0.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I think Eirlin just will look at Nora and look at Sam and look at Nora again, and we'll just... He's not saying anything, but it's just kind
Sam's
of like
eyes are just locked on Nora. Like, might as well be like, none of the rest of you exist to him.
Yeah, and I think Eirlin's just looking between y'all and is slowly putting that piece together, and is like, oh, interesting. I'll file that away.
Lupe walks up and just kind of has parked the car in like purposefully incorrectly, maybe like across like 3 parking lanes, and looks at Sam. Just, you think they'll tow that car if I leave it like that?
Do you want it towed?
Yeah.
I can call it in the morning.
Cool.
That's
what are we
a
here
really, really shitty park job.
It's on purpose this time.
Okay.
I'm bad. I don't use my rear view mirror.
Well, that's not good. And Eirlin just realizes this is not the point of anything and just decides to stop talking. And Z turns back to Sam and says, anything specific about this van that's been really creeping you out? Rhode Island plates, or where from?
It definitely seems like it's Rhode Island plates. It's your normal white panels serial killer van.
Yes, the kidnapper van. Iconic.
Yes. Doesn't have any marking on it, so it doesn't have like such and such landscaping. That would be normal. Just nothing.
So definitely a murder van.
Yeah, definitely a murder van, and they've definitely been trying to hide it. They really bought the worst van to do it because it's white.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how you hide that?
They're trying to like park it like behind stuff and
Have you? Sorry, I interrupted you.
it's fine.
Oh, have you seen who's driving it, or are the windows tinted? Like, what's the?
Windows are tinted. I haven't seen it leave. Well, I've been here when it's not here, but it keeps coming back, is my thing. For the last 2 days.
Surveillance, maybe? Is it here right now?
Yeah, it's here right now. That's why I called. Or when I texted.
Oh.
I mean, 2 days. If it is a nose, it could be Corvus. That would be convenient for us.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who that is, but sure, yeah, it could be.
A person that we are looking for, and Eirlin gives a thumbs up.
But
Where?
And Sam will point out where it's like you're kind of on like the other side of the cemetery from it right now, so it's either a bit of a walk, some purpose, so like there's no chance that whoever's running that seeing you, but you know it's kind of like you'll see a lake, and then there'll be a couple of like mausoleums, and it's parked like near one of those.
Well, we go check out the car. See what we can find, I assume.
What did you say, Nora? I can't hear you.
oh, I was muted. Thank you for calling us for this, Sam. We'll let you know what we find. And I think
Mhm.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and she'll like again, like sort of brush her hand against his arm.
Yeah, and do you need my help with anything?
It'll probably be safer if it's just us. I mean, if it really is a kindred.
Yeah. I mean, if you need my help, I have stationed around the cemetery tonight. I'll making sure that none of my pack come by.
First of all, a cab, but second of all, you could call the human cops if shit goes bad. I don't know. But we should investigate first.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be over here by my truck. Just keep an eye on things. Kind of
Okay.
just like undoes like a button on his park ranger uniform.
Whoa!
Oh,
And
sorry.
Eirlin's gonna turn around, and I'm gonna just start walking in the direction he pointed. And when I'm far enough away, I want to try to sneak around.
Yeah.
Use unseen passage.
Yeah, give me a rouse check for that.
Amazing.
Anyone else doing anything before you go and investigate?
I'm good.
I will go ahead and use Shadow Cloak,
Mhm.
which is free. So I'm also trying to sneak, and I think we see the shadows from the night sort of swirl around her a little bit thicker.
Yeah. If you are all trying to be sneaky and not have anyone notice you, give me composure plus stealth rolls.
Alyssa, do you have unseen passage? Because the cloak of shadows only works if you stay still.
No, this is something else. This
Oh, okay.
is
Shadow.
Oblivion.
Yeah.
Oblivion. Ooh.
Yeah, so it just gives me a bonus to stealth. It doesn't actually make me invisible.
Oh, I see.
I don't have
What'd you
any
want us to
bonuses
roll?
whatsoever.
Composure stealth.
I don't have either of those.
You
I
two
just-
could also decide to just hang out at the car while the other two scout if you feel like you.
Well, is Nora gonna say anything? Because Faline just kind of like, not Faline. Eirlin just kind of like popped out of existence. Is Nora gonna say they're gonna do some scouting? Otherwise, Lupe would just kind of go and walk towards the van.
Yeah, I think Nora will say, maybe you two should stay around here while we take a first look.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
Okay, cool. I did a willpower reroll. So now I'm at 7 successes / possible bestial failure, but I don't think it's a failure.
It's not a failure. That's a critical success too.
Do I get bonuses for literally being invisible? It doesn't, like, I don't get to add anything to my stuff.
I will say
is
that
the DC lower or something?
I will say they have to roll a lot higher to notice you.
Oh, I see. Okay. I rolled 5.
5? Yeah, you're fine. Don't worry about anything you see me rolling.
Huh.
Oh, that's not a great pull, but that's fine. Yeah, you approach the van. It is a serial killer white panel van.
Eirlin's gonna walk, like, right up to the window. And do a little one of these.
Mm-hmm.
Not touching the glass, but doing one of these. On the driver's side. Eirlin is convinced no one can see him.
I mean, no one can. So. Yeah, no, you do, and it looks like your pretty basic van. There's a gun in there, though.
What kind of gun?
It's like a handgun of some kind, and it's like resting on the passenger seat.
So, like a Glock.
Yeah.
Cool. Glock o'clock. Eirlin clocks that Glock, and will walk around to the back of the van. Are there windows on the back of the van, or is it completely?
No, it is completely.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no windows on the back of this van.
And there's obviously no one in there.
Do you open it up?
No. Do I see anyone through the window?
There are not windows on the back of the van. You can kind of
No, through the driver window.
Through the driver window?
Like, sitting in the passenger seat or the driver.
Oh yeah, there's no one sitting in the driver's seat or passenger seat. You don't know if anybody's like in the back because you can't really like see it from the driver's seat.
Cool. Can I spot Nora?
No, actually.
Cool. Then Eirlin is standing there like that little person standing there emoji, just like, okay, now what?
And you have unseen passage, so Nora can't spot you.
Yeah. And Eirlin, I don't think Eirlin fully understands how unseen passage works. I think Z knows at this point that Z can turn invisible. And we'll try whispering, because apparently whispering won't cause me to lose it. So Eirlin will just start moving back in the direction we came from, just a couple paces, and we'll start just going, Nora.
Yeah, Nora, you probably approached the van roughly around the same time as Eirlin did.
Nora.
Yeah, when she starts hearing the whispering, Nora stands like stock still and looks around and whispers back, like, did you see anything?
Oh, is that you?
Waves.
No, you can see. Yeah, Nora would waves. You can kind of just like, how did I not notice that?
Okay. I'm like, well, duh. And I'm gonna just like scoot up next to you and we'll say, I think I'm invisible, but I'm right next to you now.
You definitely are invisible.
Oh, shit.
Did you not know that you could do that?
I mean, not really. Anyways, there's a gun in there.
Did you see any people?
No, just a gun.
Well, if the gun's in the front seat.
In the driver's seat. Like it was driving.
If the gun's in the front seat, then maybe that means if there's someone in the back seat, they're unarmed? So
We could try to open it, but that might be bad.
how about you stand by the driver's side door so that maybe you can get to the gun and we have Lupe come and open the back.
I don't want the gun.
Well, I'd rather you don't have to use it, but I'd rather you have the gun than someone else grab it.
Okay, so I can take the gun and then run away.
Then run away. Exactly.
Okay.
Perfect. And I think Nora pulls out her phone and texts, Lupe and Sylvie. And just like, Lupe, can you come open this door for us, please?
Lupe is just, I think has just awkwardly been standing there. I don't know if Sylvie has made conversation with Sam or not, but during this, but then just looks at it and it's like, okay, I'm on door opening duty apparently. So Sylvie, you want to come along?
Sylvie has definitely made conversation with Sam. From everything to from everything between what I don't even know. What? Tell me about yourself. What's everything from there to
What's
trying
your
to
star sign?
suss out.
What's your ideal
How-
date?
Yeah, how he feels about that.
His ideal date is taking somebody stargazing.
Aww.
Oh my god, you're such a romantic. That's so cute and sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's doing all that.
And he's at one point is like, do you think Nora likes stargazing?
I bet Nora loves stargazing. Do you want me to ask?
I mean, if
So-
you can. I mean, I'm just like.
I think
Listen,
I think it's
I've got you.
Sylvie, we gotta go stargaze as I open the door.
Oh my god, Lupe, are you asking me out?
Yes. And then just kind of motions you to go with her.
Yeah.
Be safe.
Don't worry.
Yell real loud if you need help. I can help.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
Lupe just gives raises her eyebrows so high and slowly just having fun.
Nice. What are we supposed to do if not have fun?
Lupe is awkwardly silent at that part.
Thanks for
Yeah. So I guess the question is, are you attempting to be quiet heading over there? I'm not gonna make you roll. It's just, are you trying to be quiet, or are you just sort of chatting as you're walking?
I would be quiet.
If they snuck up there, I think
Yeah.
the intention would be to at least attempt to be a little quieter.
Okay.
I would agree.
Well, so eventually you make your way across the cemetery and see the van.
Do we see them?
Make a wits awareness check.
Question.
Mhm.
When I look in the front, when I look in the driver's side, can I see if the car is unlocked visually?
It is locked.
Oh, well, how the fuck am I supposed to open the door then? I think Eirlin's thinking this to himself.
I got 2 successes.
I got 3.
You do not see Nora or Eirlin.
It just Lupe.
You might hear Eirlin, because after seeing that the car is actually locked, Eirlin's gonna start wandering back to where Z last saw Nora, and is going again. Nora.
Yeah.
Oh, hi. The car's locked. I can't open the door.
Okay, well then maybe just keep eyes on the gun. Is forcing open a car door within regular vampire strength, or would that be a roll?
I will say it really depends on your strength level. But also
One.
you You have somebody who breaks into cars.
Frequently.
So true. Okay, wait. So when I see Lupe coming, then Eirlin is going to start whispering. Lupe.
Just your disembodied whispers. Hey,
It's me.
Eirlin,
Yes.
it's me.
your conscience.
How'd you know? And Eirlin will just say, I'm supposed to grab the gun, but I can't because the car's locked. Can you get in?
There's a gun.
Yeah, in the passenger. No, in the driver's seat.
Can y'all turn visible, please?
No.
Why not?
What?
What did you say?
I don't want them to see me.
Okay. What door do you want me to open? The driver's or the back door?
The driver's seat. Oh, wait, you're supposed to open it. Fuck. And I think Eirlin says fuck loud enough that Z does reappear. And so Eirlin's just standing there, like, doing a weird, like, hunched over position, and then immediately, like, will just straighten and just kind of, like, shrug and just point at the car.
Hey there, handsome. And I'm gonna start like walking over to the car.
Eirlin reacts exactly, just like draws back, like, what? What did you call me? You called me handsome?
You popped out of nowhere.
And Eirlin will just follow and will just say, okay, I guess I will, and still speaking quietly, but is not bothering to whisper anymore, and will say, I will just, if we get the front door open, I can grab the gun and run away.
Don't run too far with a gun you don't own. I would like to open the car doors.
I'll ask, how are you doing this? Are you trying to do this quietly or loudly?
I think the initial attempt is going to be quietly.
Okay. It'll be a dexterity larceny roll.
Beautiful.
Ooh, larceny, the thing I have 0 dots in.
All right, let's see how this goes. 2 successes.
It is not going to be enough to open this door.
Yeah, I think Lupe attempts to, I don't know, she grabs like something from her pocket, like some kind of tool, and is going to like attempt to like jam into the keyhole and take it out, and then like maybe it's a screwdriver, and then it just gets stuck. And she looks at it and sighs. Says, okay. And then it's just going to break the window.
Hey, are you breaking the window with your fist or the screwdriver?
Elbow.
Strength brawl.
Can I attempt to hide again?
Yeah.
That's a rouse check.
There we go. 4 successes.
4
Also bestial
successes. You
failure.
do that. High or low?
Ooh. Hi.
That jumped out. No car alarm goes off.
Oh.
Great.
I thought you were about to say that, like, somebody jumps out of the van. I was like, no! I was successful on my rouse check, so Eirlin has hidden again.
Yes. Yeah,
Um,
you've there is the noise of you shattering the window, but there is not anything that happens from that.
Great. Then Lupe would reach her arm in, open the door, and hit the unlock all the other doors button.
You just ignore that. That's fine.
Eirlin, if you, like, open the door all the way, Eirlin's gonna, like, shimmy past you and grab the gun, which I believe if I'm holding something, it disappears.
Yes.
And Eirlin is going to speed walk away. Well, like, speed walk away back and so that I'm in view of the double doors in the back, because Eirlin still wants to see what's happening, but at least now I have this gun.
Mhm.
And Eirlin is going to like twist around and try to like look at the gun to see if it's loaded, or like
It
look
looks
for like a
loaded.
safety. Is the safety on off?
The safety's on.
Okay. Can I? Oh, safety's on. So
The
okay.
safety's on.
Amazing. Eirlin's gonna do the thing that they do in the movies and stick the gun in the hem of their pants,
Mhm.
in the waistband, sorry, like in the back, so that the gun is just like not in their hands. And then maybe like 20 feet back, Eirlin's gonna wait for the back doors to open.
Yeah.
Can I like just like look inside since the door's open and look into the back of the van, or is there like something dividing it?
You can. It's just when you were looking, like when Eirlin was looking in the window, they couldn't really see all the way back in the van.
Mm.
It appears to be empty at first glance. Anything more, it would be a wits investigation.
Okay. I think with that though, Lupe would just go to the back and look at Sylvie, because I assume Nora is still invisible.
Nora's not invisible. She just hides well.
Yeah, she just I guess you're just guessing that because Eirlin is invisible, Nora is also invisible.
Well, it's like Nora visible? Are you
You
hiding
did not
from
roll
us?
high enough to notice Nora.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As far as Lupe is aware, she's invisible.
Yeah. You just don't see Nora. You
Yeah.
know they're around here. You just don't see them.
Well, then Lupe would go back and just like look at Sylvie and like, ready, I guess, in case.
Yeah, okay. Should we find Nora? I have no clue where she is. It is so dark out here.
Yeah, I think that Nora has been watching from her position a little further back and seeing Lupe like open the window. She will sort of reappear. Anything back there?
I didn't see anything from the front, but we should just confirm that.
Yeah, do you want to stay on this side and I'll stand on the other in case someone tries to run? I mean, if they're nose, they could also be invisible, so...
How do I get invisible? Okay. Yeah, that works.
Gotta eat a Nosferatu.
Putting that in my to-do list. Okay, and then yeah, Lupe is just going to open the back door to the van.
Yeah, as you throw open the doors, it's messy back here in like a way of there's not shit here, but it's messy and there's a bunch of small little things. This thing hasn't been cleaned out very well. Anybody who wants to notice specific things, I will need a wits investigation roll.
I'll do some investigating.
I would like to rouse to get extra dice for this.
Yeah, go for it.
And I'm back at Hunger 3 now.
I'm sure if you asked very nicely, I just asked in general, Sam would be more than happy to give you some blood.
If
Maybe while you stargaze.
Ooh. After nothing immediately happens when the doors are thrown open, Eirlin will creep closer to also get a look. And I have really good vision. So I get extra dice to see things. If that is okay with you, Storyteller. Yeah. What are we rolling again?
Wits investigation.
Wits investigation.
I got 2 successes.
Where the heck?
5 for me.
I get a fuck ton of dice to roll. Hold on 1 sec.
Wait and see the final totals before I give you that information.
$10.
Okay. So, Sylvie, you spot a scrap of fabric that looks very, very nice. This is, if you reach down and touch it, it definitely appears to be some sort of silk. That's about as much as you notice.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Nora, you definitely notice that Vitae has been spilled in this van. And you also do notice the same thing that Sylvie did, the scrap of fabric. Which you were which looks more familiar to you than it would to Sylvie, because Sylvie was not was not paying attention at the moment that certain things happened at Elysium. You feel like this belongs to a dress of somebody at Elysium. The color looks very, very. Who was wearing an orange dress at Elysium? You're trying to remember. Yeah, Eirlin, you see all of this and more. One, you recognize that Vortex was most certainly wearing an orange dress. You recognize the Vitae. You see there are a couple of spent shell casings in the back. And, like, it looks like something was put into this van and then removed. Like, there's drag marks and scratch marks.
Amazing. Is this something about a human-sized body?
You would guess, yeah.
Okay. Cool. You said I noticed something extra about the blood, or no?
You got the whole that it definitely looks like something has been removed. Like there was something here and it was dragged out.
Gotcha.
You like the drag marks of somebody.
Drag marks.
And you definitely connect everything more than everyone else did with 10 successes.
Cool. So from behind all y'all, you hear Eirlin's voice say, "Ah, shit, it was Vortex."
That means they should still be around here, right? Somewhere, maybe?
No, like Vortex, maybe dead. That's her dress. And Eirlin's pointing to it, but you can't see him, so you can't see him pointing to it.
Sylvie's gonna go pick up the dress and be like, so I mean, maybe this has something to do with it.
And Eirlin
I did not roll that high.
But you can't seize him.
Wow.
Do I notice anything else about the surroundings? Because I think what Eirlin is thinking right now is that someone killed Vortex, dragged the body out, and then went to go bury her somewhere in this cemetery to hide it.
We know that Corvus was carrying around a body bag, right? And that Vortex is missing?
Yes.
Vortex is another one that was thought to have met final death at Elysium.
Yep.
There are 3 mausoleums near you. If you go across from the lake, there are more plots where cemeteries are.
And Eirlin says, I think Eirlin explains what Z's thinking to the rest of y'all, and says, I think, explains how, like, this is probably Corvus's van. Corvus probably has taken Vortex to maybe go bury the body. Eirlin shows, or doesn't show, but Eirlin indicates via voice whisper the shell casings. And I think also says, like, Z doesn't know if Corvus did something to Vortex, or if Vortex actually died at Elysium and Corvus is taking the body out. But either way, the 2 of them went missing. Eirlin wants to go to the passenger side, and I want to sit in the passenger seat and open up the glove compartment, and just see what's in there.
In the glove compartment, you have your normal, your normal like paperwork. You've got your little manual for the car. You've got your registration. You
Who's it
have
registered to?
it is not registered to Corvus. It is
Registered
it is-
to Vampire Corvus.
yep. It is registered to a Robert Smith.
Cool.
And there are also 2 extra clips of ammo.
Eirlin will take the ammo. And just shoves it in their manly man pockets that are very deep and nice because men's pants are better than women's pants.
This is very true.
And Eirlin has a little giggle to himself for just a brief moment about how Z is now strapped and will get out of the car.
I'll also give you one more thing for your 10 successes. You
What do my eyes?
definitely notice that like now that you're not you're kind of like looking out the back, kind of facing away, you can kind of see that there are kind of drag marks that it looks like it's heading towards one of the mausoleums.
Amazing. Eirlin will This is such a stupid trope. Eirlin's walking over to the drag mark, still invisible, and is gesturing for you all to come. No one's paying him any attention. And so Eirlin will then be like, right. And will, I think Z, like, squeezes your face together to concentrate on, like, not hiding anymore, because I still don't think Z fully understands how this power works. And will, I think, just slowly fade back into existence. And then Z starts gesturing again. Actually, no, fuck it. Eirlin's gonna do the other trope. It's gonna come over and say, guys, you should see this.
Yeah.
And will then gesture and then point down to the drag marks and then point to the mausoleum.
I mean, if we think that Corvus either did something to Vortex or generally does not want to be found, is it worth trying to call Faline? I don't know why she's not here, but having some more muscle might be.
She is so strong. And Eirlin will look down at Zir phone. Actually, goes to go get Zir phone, feels the gun, goes to the other side and pulls out Zir phone, and will say, Faline left me on red earlier tonight. I asked if she was doing anything, and I got no response, but I can try and call again.
That sees the group chat hasn't even been read. That
yeah.
it got sent. I think if we panel back, it's just feeling going. The whole purpose of this experiment is that you're not supposed to talk about what you look like. What? She's like on her thermos so I can get rid of one of my hunger and just be like, what's happening? This is so weird.
Boop 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 boop. Blah, 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 blah,
Yeah, your phone goes off.
Oh.
That's so sad.
But look at Elysium, be like, should I pick it up?
It's up to you, but at least make sure that nothing horrible is happening.
It's literally been one day. Okay. I'll pick it up. Hello?
Faline! Oh! I was trying to reach you. Anyways, we're at a cemetery, and Eirlin will just start explaining what happened, and it's a bit long-winded, but Z keeps like correcting me. Sorry, hold on, and we'll get back on track. But gets out that we found a van that probably belongs to Corvus. actually doesn't belong to Corvus. And this is a tangent that Eirlin goes on. Belongs to some guy named like Robert Smith and like anyways, sorry, not the point. And blah blah blah, vortex, blah blah blah. I think buried in the mausoleum, blah blah blah. We could use your strength if you're available. There's like a long drawn out like question mark.
I'm kind of
Also, you
taking-
didn't answer my text.
Yeah, I'm kind of taking a mental health day.
Are you okay?
No.
Well, I
Thought I made that perfectly clear last night. Okay, which cemetery are you at, dear?
We're at Swan Point.
Well, look, I had this shit basically on speaker at this point, because the tangents were getting like long. And I'll look over at Elysium and be like, "Can you drive me?"
Yes, I can. Do you need my help?
Oh, are you with someone? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. Hi, Eirlin.
Hi, who's this?
It's Alessia. We met the other night.
Oh, you made my suit jacket for me.
Yes, it looked very good on you.
Oh, thanks. Sorry to interrupt. Were
It's
y'all
okay.
doing something important?
You hear "Love Is Blind" on in the back.
Yeah.
In the background. Fucking Lauren and Chris were supposed to like. I think they're gonna like propose right now, but like otherwise.
Oh, Love Is Blind. Aha.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll be there.
Okay.
He does season 2. And also it's Deep D, I think, right?
Was it? I can't
I think
remember.
it's
I just remember
Deep.
people called her Deeps.
Deeps, yeah, people called her Deeps. But like,
Was that out in 2020?
I don't even remember that was out in 20. I know Love Is Blind was out in 2020. I know that much. I don't know what season. But like, I can't quote anything from the current season. Honestly, I don't want to. But like, but yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember the guy's name. I only know Lauren because I only care about season 1 Lauren.
Yep. But yeah, Alessia will drive you.
Mm-hmm. I will be there in a few minutes. I don't know how many minutes that is.
That's
Well.
okay. Time is soup. And Eirlin will pause and then say, I will see you soon. Bye.
Cool. Don't die.
And we'll hang up as you're saying don't die.
Mhm.
And then say, I think we interrupted her. She was watching a TV show. But she's gonna come.
Well, we'll figure out exactly how long it takes to get over there. I think it's going to take about one break.
Also, Love Was Blind season 1 came out February 2020, so there will be season 1 out.
Yep. So yeah, we will go and take a 10-minute break and come back with the coterie coming back together to figure out what is going on with the Corvus. I'm sure it's fine.
But woo.
Yeah. So we'll see everybody in 10 minutes. Stretch your legs, get some water, take your meds, all that fun stuff. See you then.
We could have probably used him, but as like some sort of like bait.
Why?
Well, if they're looking for an average guy, all we need is bait. And obviously, I'm not saying we're gonna get him killed.
Let's
Maybe in the area.
that's not a bad idea, but let's shelve that. That could be like plan C.
I was hoping we would use like one of us, but none of us are average looking.
As soon as Veronica leaves, Eirlin looks at Faline and says, "You don't reckon they ban you from dressing up as a vampire, do you?"
Oh no. I mean, I've seen some people who just never got over their interview with a vampire phase. But I will say, don't come in Twilight garb.
librarian on the lam. I keep stories. I make sure stories are preserved. The history of our people, if that makes sense. You know, I know a lot of shit about a lot of shit.
I do understand how libraries work. Yes.
Yeah, but like, I'm kind of the library and the library.
Of the what?
What? I just keep a lot of it in here. Is what I'm saying.
Oh.
I keep a lot of it.
Oh, I see.
And
you remember
various
things.
others. I do. I remember.
This room appears to be someone is working on a massive portrait. And it appears to be, you've met the person this portrait is of before. It is of the prince of the domain.
Okay. Fear.
Yeah. Magdalena Lambert. Yeah, you recognize her instantly.
Is it a good portrait?
Yeah, it's a very good portrait. Whoever's working on this is a very good artist.
Okay, cool.
everyone had a restful break. We are back with the second half of this episode as the gang reconvenes. Would you have gone back to like the parking lot to wait for Faline, or
I feel like I want to at least stay by the car just in case anyone comes back.
so you can at least let Faline know where you all are?
You could ask Sam.
Yeah, Eirlin could volunteer to go back to the parking lot to wait.
Okay.
So Eirlin's gonna sneak away and walk back to the parking lot. It's just Sam there, right?
Yeah, it's just Sam in the parking lot.
Cool. Eirlin's just gonna appear out of the darkness and we'll just say, "Hey."
Oh, shit. Fuck. Hey.
Sorry.
He was like reading a book or something.
What you reading?
Just something that Roy recommended. I get really bored on these because honestly, most of the time my job is make sure people don't break in and cause problems.
Is this the park?
It's
like a
under
park
it's under the Parks and Rec kind of thing. I work for
Mm.
that, and usually it's like one of the national parks because then I can at least let the wolf out and run around. Here I hear people call animal control if they see a very large wolf running through the cemetery.
I see. Anyways, we called backup. Are you and Nora close?
I mean, I think we're getting close,
You can't stop looking at her.
It's just so beautiful.
And Eirlin looks back towards the direction of where the van was and then back to him and says, "Yeah, they are. But like, do you like them?"
I mean, I've only like known her a couple of days. I mean, I'd like to get to know her. I'd like to.
Okay. And Eirlin shrugs, and then says, "I got a gun," and we'll pull out the gun.
Oh, that is a gun. And this is roughly at that point where Alessia and Faline will pull up and in Alessia's very, very nice car as she parks. You see Sam and you see Eirlin.
Eirlin's waving. And I have
Are
like
you
a
waving?
gun in my other hand.
I was gonna say which hand you waving, the gun hand or the?
The other hand.
I see you waving with the gun and be like, "Oh, that's new. You know how to use it?"
This?
Yeah.
Yes and no.
What do you mean by that?
This is the shooty end. And the safety's on. I know enough about guns to know the safety's on. It is loaded, but the safety's on. So, and Eirlin like points it away, but then starts like jiggling the trigger to be like, "See, it doesn't work."
Okay. Okay.
Alessia gets out and opens up her trunk before she looks at you, Faline, and says, "Do you need anything? Any weapons?"
I think the Hail Mary is in your trunk. I'm gonna go grab that.
Because also she has mechanically she has the merit check the trunk. So if there's anything last minute that people think they might need, I don't know how well armed everyone else is.
You gotta, Eirlin says this. I don't think it's loud enough for anyone to hear, but Z says something that sounds like, "You have a rosary in your trunk."
Oh, sorta. It's got some it does actually have some parts from like a really big rosary. My family has. But then we modified it, so it's actually I pull out and I show you. It's actually a meteor hammer.
Whoa!
And yeah,
That's so cool.
yeah.
I got a gun.
You
I'm so
watch
proud of you.
as Alessia grabs a duffel bag, stuffs some ammo, some guns, and a few other things in it before sort of keeping this, grabbing a rifle and slinging it over her back just in case.
Well,
I
seems
think,
good
like,
with guts.
We turn to leave, and then Eirlin stops and turns back around and says, "Do you have any steaks?"
Bag. Got him in the
Cool.
bag for you.
Cool. Let's go. And Eirlin will turn back around again, having now done a full 360, and we'll keep walking.
Sam just watches the whole thing and goes, "Be safe."
Thanks.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, Faline. Hi, Faline's friend, who I don't know.
Does Alicia is allowed to introduce herself if she wants to. I'm interested in seeing this.
They swap names, and it's instantly like Alicia will look over at you, just being like, "Are you aware?"
I'm aware. Not my puppy.
Okay. Well, it's certainly nice to meet a Garu who isn't trying to take my head off. So, nice to meet you, Sam. And he's like, "Nice to meet you too. If you need anything, yell real loud. I guess I'll just make sure that I'll call in a false tip somewhere else, so that if it gets rowdy here, that people don't show up."
As
Ooh,
we
nice.
walk away, Eirlin is just gonna say to Alessia, "What's a guru?"
A werewolf.
Oh. Okay,
You
cool.
can get a row,
Sorry I interrupted your date?
Yeah, it's okay.
I believe people call it Netflix and chill.
No, they don't.
God.
They don't.
They do
Okay,
not.
They don't call
Yeah,
it
no,
that.
Sylvie looks over so quick and just, "You were Netflix and chilling with Faline? Hi, I'm Sylvie." Sorry. I'm
Hi,
Larry. Let me fix that. Hi.
It's Alessia. We met in passing at the
Right.
Elysium.
I knew you were friends. I didn't know you were like friends.
Wow. So, what did you guys find?
Eirlin will explain.
So, a gun, not a body, but like remains, sort of.
Drag marks.
Drag
And Eirlin will
marks.
point to them again.
Of
Definitely
above. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Definitely. I realize what I'm missing. My notes. Definitely the body of. Wait for it. Vortex.
Vortex, also supposed to be dead.
Well, is dead, I think.
Yeah, probably. Anyways, Storyteller.
Yes.
Can I? Is there like a check I can make for this? Like, just what I've heard. In terms of like a blood ritual-y kind of thing, or just anything of the potential occult-like things that we might do with a secluded area with a possible dead vampire.
Yeah, I mean, you could roll me an intelligence occult roll. Also, while this is happening, Alessia will put the duffel bag on the ground, open it, will hand each person a stake, and then there are guns if somebody needs one.
Nora does not have a gun, but does not want one.
You will at least be getting a stake, just in case.
Lupe will take both.
4.
Or, there are many things. It's a body. There's vitae, and that's powerful. You're not exactly sure what clan Vortex was of, so you don't know what might get from that. But yeah, I mean, there's lots of rituals that can be done with kindred parts or vitae.
Mm-hmm. Faline will just think for a bit and be like, there's so many things that could be going on right now, and that what you could do with kindred remains. So I don't know how, but you, and I point to Lupe, you aside, I don't know how much the rest of you can handle. So if it gets too hairy, just literally fucking run. Because I think the last thing you want is to become a part of some fucking ritual.
Eirlin raises your hand.
Yes.
I would rather not run. I'm very bad at that.
Can you hide?
Yes.
You can. You like just fucking disappear. Right?
Yes.
Then stay hidden. As hidden as you can. And you have a gun.
Is my gun better or your gun? And Eirlin looks at Alyssa at the guns that she was offering.
I mean, I have many different kinds of guns. I mean, yours should be fine, especially if you've never handled one before.
Cool. So this is like the baby gun of guns.
Yeah, close enough, yeah.
Just make sure you have both of your hands on it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to shoot a gun.
Can you do it under pressure?
Lupe raises their eyebrows at you, like,
Yeah, I've watched people do it all the time.
oh, Eirlin.
But can you do it under pressure?
I don't know. I've never done it.
Exactly. So make sure you hold the gun with both hands and you square your shoulders, okay?
Okay.
You're strong enough to probably not have the recoil. Actually, expect a recoil. Then your body will just kick in. And by your body, I mean that supernatural strength. And everything else will be okay. I hope.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the plan A of hiding and not having to use it, but
Yep.
I know where the safety is, and I got yep. I'll be your backup. Anything else to discuss? Or should we go? And Eirlin points towards the mausoleum.
I'm good.
Let's
All right,
go.
mausoleum time.
Yes.
As we start walking, Eirlin is going to get next to Nora. And I think we'll just make a little offhand comment about, like, oh, I talked to Sam. I think he, likes you.
Nora laughs a little bit. Yeah, I would hope so.
Oh, are you like a thing?
He wants to take her stargazing.
Ooh.
That's so romantic.
That's a nice date.
It is, isn't it?
Okay. Let's go Scooby-Doo this then.
I'm gonna ask a question. Is anyone trying to quietly approach the mausoleum?
How far away are we? Because I think we're talking like as we start walking, and then when we get closer, we get quiet.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say you're probably like a good probably 30 feet away to start with, and then as you do it, you can all get quieter. And everybody who is stealthing, please roll me Dex stealth.
I also have Silence of Death, which it's free, but just like letting you know that it's definitely procking here. So people within earshot cannot hear me.
4 successes.
You do your go invisible?
Yes, but I also have Silence of Death.
Yeah, cool.
So I need a rouse check. That's a success again. Go me.
On my 2 dice, I got 2 successes.
You literally, well, you could do better, but you've literally done probably the best you can.
What are we
5.
rolling again? Sorry.
Oh, did you ask what we're rolling again?
Yeah, what are we rolling again?
Dexterity and stealth.
Thank you.
And I got 5 successes. Faline, like her name, quiet as a cat.
Fuck, that didn't go in. 3.
Aubrey has stopped rolling silently now, and it's really upsetting.
Yeah.
I would also like to keep mine eyes open.
Traitor! Sorry, I just noticed on the thing the name.
Yeah, Alyssa and I have been freaking out. Our beloved storyteller is just rolling for someone traitor. That's it. That's all we
Traitor.
know.
Oh my fucking god.
Mhm.
The traitor better be over there and not with us, because if it's who I think it is, I know where you live.
I mean, if you just pay attention, Alessia did just roll.
Okay. Okay, you're safe.
Storyteller.
Yes.
Can I look with my very good eyes and see if I see things as we're sneaking?
What are you using a specific discipline or just in general?
I have heightened senses, and I also have sharp senses, like 2 separate things that give me bonuses to just roll a normal perception something.
Yeah, if you want to give me that, we'll do wits awareness, and you can add your extra dice, see what you notice.
What's awareness? That's... Seven.
7. As you approach the mausoleum, you can tell that the lock on the door is broken and that the drag marks continue inside. You don't see anyone.
I have a question about the drag marks that I forgot to ask. Are they like, when you say drag marks, is it like thick lines through the ground, or is it like, for example, hands?
It is not hands. It is sort of like, you can tell that it is in the grass. It's like the grass itself is disturbed and uprooted a little bit. Then it definitely looks like this person got dirt on them. So the dirt sort of continues into the mausoleum.
Okay. So like they were dragging something heavy or big.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's very specific, because I've been picturing both. And I'm like, one of them is not correct. I know that much.
Eirlin will, via whisper, drop the silence of death so that people can hear me whisper to point out the lock is broken and the drag marks are going inside, and then reactivate my silence.
Yeah. So you are facing the door. Who is going in first? The mausoleum itself does not appear to be very big.
I will be sort of second round or third round.
Lupe is going to look at Faline, and Elysia is like, should you go or do you want me to go?
Above table, because we geared up before going in. Did Lupe take anything to suggest if you...
Yeah.
You took a
Steak
steak?
and a gun.
Steak
Steak and a gun.
Okay, so then you could have been either. I think this time around I'm gonna ask you to go in first, because I'm a little bit. I have a bit more of a longer range, but I'm a medium. In my opinion, I'm gonna look straight up at Liz and be like, "You're gonna stay back because you're gonna be shooting."
Yeah, stay near the back. But yeah, no, it is. Looking at the mausoleum, it looks barely big enough for like one coffin. It's kind of like the idea of like you can kind of see like the little area around it. It's got kind of that gate. And then there's the coffin.
Yeah, Lupe would is going to holster, put it behind their belt loop, and then take out a stake and then head down first.
It's not down, it's just kind of in.
Oh, well, head in then.
Yeah. There's a little space for everyone to congregate around the coffin, and then there's the coffin in the middle.
Is the coffin look disturbed?
Yes.
Can I see anything else in here? Is it just the coffin? Like, that's it?
It is just the coffin.
I think Lupe would basically like loud whispering, just so everyone here. It's just the coffin in here, but it's definitely been messed with. Should I just pop it open?
Can I check it out? Like, see if it's, trapped per se before we decide to pop the lid?
Yeah. Give me a wits awareness.
I'm going to rouse the blood for that.
Or wits investigation, actually.
Yeah. I get hungrier. And then you said wits investigation. I can still add 2 more. Wait, does this count as research?
No.
Boo. Okay. Thought I tried. I love you, Viridian. I love you. I love you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.
7. So you do that. You're looking, and as you do, there is you can't see any like traps or anything, but there is a part where the lid isn't down properly, and that's where you notice that there's a very, very, very dim light coming from inside of this coffin.
Dim light like 2 eyes, or dim light like a singular source?
Kind of like a singular source.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to just like really like briefly touch like Lupe's like arm, like maybe Lupe is going to try and lift him. Just gonna touch your arm and point out the light to you. And I'm just gonna be like, there, like, okay, the light is already sus by being a light in a fucking thing. Does it have like a color?
Like, it is like a, it would be pretty, like, it's got orangish yellow, kind of thing.
It's blinking?
No.
Okay. So
it's like
solid...
it's like the lid is like kind of partially open and the light is like coming out of it.
Like a fluorescent light?
Yeah.
Or like a wall lamp that leads down to a secret tunnel?
Maybe.
Okay, yeah. I'll just say I'll tell you like slowly, just to be on the safe side. But I point out the light to you anyways.
Yeah, I think Lupe would like maybe position himself over it and whisper is that I think this is a door.
I think it's a door too.
I'm going to...
At least it's not blinking.
Yeah. I'm going to start to lift it open and anything happens, move. And Lupe would kind of just want to start... Is it a lift or is it a push?
It would be a push.
Okay, Lupe is going to start like pushing it open.
And then like other people can be on the other side to like grab it and put it down. So just go thump. And as you do, someone has been very clever, and there's no body in here. It's not stairs leading down, but there's a very crude looking ladder leading down. And sort of the light is coming from some of these, not necessarily like, they're not torches, but they're they're kind of very basic lights, kind of that little scoop thingy that's got the light bulb in it that are like hanging from various points of as there appears to be some sort of very crude tunnel.
Oh, shit.
What?
It's cool.
Oh, okay. I thought you had like a, oh shit, I've seen this before. Never mind.
Lupe does have like, look at this. Well, this is either for non-vampires. This is usually used for drugs, but I don't know what would. Definitely someone wanted it hidden.
Not gonna lie, my first thought was sex cult.
Lupe just kind of looks at you, just like
something
okay.
Bahari.
Look. People do strange things, and people do even stranger things when they're dead. So, you never know, okay?
I'm gonna head down the ladder.
Faline's gonna mumble, if it is a sex cult, though, I think I might pass out.
I mean, it can be both.
It could be both. Oh my god, they could be worshipping Satan. I fucking...
What about a sex club? Why does that have to be a cult? Eirlin's gonna be last unless anyone else insists on going last.
I don't think a sex club would desecrate a burial ground, but a sex cult totally would.
I suppose. I mean, what is a cult then? Just a really invested club.
Yeah.
And before heading down last, I assume y'all allow me to go last, Eirlin will poke their head back outside just to make sure no one followed us, kind of take a scan around, trying to peer into the shadows, and then we'll close the doors just behind us. But I'm gonna just like leave the lock inside, so like if you walk past it, like it won't be locked, but the doors will be closed, so from a distance you can't tell that we've been in here. Okay. And then I'll head down the ladder.
Yeah.
But do I see anything outside?
No, you don't see anything.
Okay.
So you're all at the bottom of the ladder. It's probably several feet down. The tunnels are a little cramped, but you don't have to like crawl through them or anything. Alessia, being tall, people on the taller side will probably have to like hunch over a little bit. But you should all be able to be fine and move through.
How far does it go?
It seems like it goes for several hundred feet.
Anything on the walls besides just lights?
There are symbols on the walls.
Do I recognize any of them?
Anybody who wants to try and recognize any of the symbols, please give me a intelligence occult roll.
Yay!
I'll give it a shot. Fuck it.
Any chance these have anything to do with tarot?
No, they do not.
Okay, cool.
Does the fact that I've been reading the Book of Nod help?
Sure, I'll actually give you that for Book of Nod, because some of these symbols might be in there.
Hey, what's that?
Zero
Like,
successes.
+1?
Yeah, just plus
Okay.
one, yeah.
Zero successes with a possible failure.
Oh boy. What about Aubrey, what about some blood sorcery?
There might be some blood sorcery.
Have I ever seen these symbols before? Because I have photographic memory.
Yes, actually.
Okay. And then in addition to that, I guess I got 5.
5?
I got 5.
What did you get, Nora?
Nora, 4.
Many of these symbols appear to belong to the Path of Cain. Specifically, Sabbat following the Path of Cain.
King Sabbat.
And Nora, that's where you would recognize all of these from the book. You'd know a bit about them, and it essentially is they follow a creed of wanting to become closer to the original vampire, and up their generation and become more powerful. And Eirlin, a lot of these symbols were carved into those strange beasts at Elysium.
And Eirlin will just mumble, the beast symbols.
There is one that is very, very evident, which looks like an anatomically correct heart with a talon gripping it. I will ask, are people attempting to move quietly through these hallways?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. You freak. I'm joking. I know it's your job, but but I'm like, all the hair on my body is doing this slowly because I'm like, I would never put myself in this situation. Even if I were a vampire, I think I'd leave.
Yeah, Eirlin's keeping an eye behind us and is trying to move quietly.
Yeah, everybody who's moving quietly, give me composure stealth rolls. Because this time is just about keeping control of yourself. Before it was about making sure you didn't trip over anything.
I am going
gonna
to rouse.
Rouse. I am also rousing. I have a question. Because this is now very, very heavily kindred oriented, can I use my kindred specialty?
Because that's for brawling.
It's for brawling, but I might get into this is a brawl worthy scenario.
Pre-brawl.
I succeed though on my rouse.
How does rousing work again? You roll to rouse and then you get extra dice.
Yeah, you get extra dice no matter what happens. You may just get hungrier. I believe you get 2 extra dice with your blood potency.
I do. Okay, I will rouse as well. Cool. I finally get hungrier. I've been doing pretty good all night.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. 4.
4?
Yeah. Sorry, I was just looking at. I couldn't tell with one of my dice where if that was a crit or not. Like, is this a speck? Is this those foil? Or is this the dots, the teardrops?
I got 1.
I got 4 with a potential. I forget what it's called. Crit on the hunger die.
3.
3? So, was everyone? What did you get, Sylvie?
I got 2 successes, I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you all think you are being very quiet. It's as you move through these hallways, about a couple hundred feet before you come out into what appears to be a massive room that has been sort of dug out and carved into the earth. And this room is a little bit better upkept is not really the word, but it is more work has been put into the room than everything else. There's support beams and everything, and a basic stone floor, and all over the walls are symbols, and there are books scattered around. There's a table in the middle of the room. It does appear to be some sort of metal table, and the torpid form of Vortex lays there, a stake through her heart.
Ooh. The plot thickens.
You don't currently see anyone else in this room.
Can we, like, she's clearly in torpor, but, like, can I inspect the body just to make sure it's just that and not, like, something else that could potentially...
Are you getting close to the body, or are you looking at it from a distance?
I'll get close.
Okay. Give me a wits awareness as you approach the body.
The fuck is my awareness? Okay, there it is. How many times can I rouse this blood, by the way?
I think it's as much as you want, as long as you're not getting hungrier. Like, until you max out on hunger, I guess.
Because I might do that again. Yeah, I might as well. I'm safe. Another question. This is a full-on fucking kindred. Come on. Give me my...
Sure, I will allow it for that one.
We've worn her down.
Yeah!
Still not brawling, but we've worn her down.
I'm just, man. Look, man. I will try to logic the fuck out of this if I can.
I need some yippies in chat, please.
7. 7 because, yeah, you know,
7.
I say it a lot, but Viridian loves me. They won by that night.
You do see that it definitely looks like somebody opened up a couple of her veins to drain her of vitae. But she does appear to, so if that stake gets pulled out, she's going to be very hungry.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say that just because we got a few altruistic people here. And I don't want to leave her here either, but like I'm just gonna straight up point it out, be like, if we take this out, the potential of her frenzying is very high. So we're gonna take her. We're not gonna take this stake out. Okay? I'm gonna take these nods.
Does this mean that Corvus is Sabat?
Unless Corvus wasn't the one who took her here. There's a chance Corvus had the body, was spotted with, and there's a chance it wasn't even this body, but Corvus maybe had this body, and then it was taken from him. Or, yes, maybe he is Sabat.
I can also always call my sire. They're kind of doing investigations into this. We can always just do that. Try to win some favor
for this.
Yeah.
I see.
Eirlin.
Uh-huh.
Give me a dexterity athletics roll.
Okay. I'm not very dexterous or athletic. I'm rolling 2 hunger dice, baby. Oh no. Okay. Yippee! 0 successes.
Eirlin, this all happens in a moment. You don't even get a chance to say anything as you feel an arm wrap around you and then a stake push in through your ribs from the back. As you all turn around, you watch Eirlin get staked as Corvus appears behind them, behind you.
Oh shit!
Because you rolled 10 successes to stake you.
Oh my god.
And this is the first time any of you have seen Corvus without his mask.
I'm dead.
Yeah, you're fine. You didn't take stake bait. Someone just needs to pull that thing out. First time you see Corvus without his mask. You all know that Nosferatu aren't exactly pretty to look at. Corvus is something else. There is a reason behind the name, as their face sort of comes to a bit of a calcified, almost beak-looking thing with it's gnarly and not seeming all that natural. You've seen some Nosferatu look like bats. This sort of bird-looking thing is new and looks at all of you and says, "The show has just begun." And that's where we'll end it.
Oh, really?
Ah!
As we come back for the season finale next time.
Bye, Eirlin.
Damn.
It was nice knowing
Jay,
y'all.
Jay, what's your next character going to be? Do you have like a concept in the back? Or
Y'all bring Viridian back.
Let's go.
the ultimate girl boss steps off a plane in fucking Rhode Island's like the closest airport to us.
Yes, with vigor.
Imagine though.
Well, yes, I hope everyone is enjoying everything so far. We'll be back with the season finale next time as you all confront Corvus and the Sabat threat underneath Providence. You could have had a werewolf with you.
Correction, while they all do it.
Yeah, somebody just
I'm
needs to
out.
pull the stake out of your chest. You'll be fine.
All I'm saying is that we all have Sam's number. We can still have a werewolf.
You can.
This is that man's domain. We can have him in like objectively 2 rounds.
True.
Bark.
But yes, I will let all of my lovely class go around, tell them where they can find you can find them on all of the social medias, and we'll start with you, Aki.
Hello, I'm Aki. I've been Faline. You can find me all over the internet at some variation of Akinomi_art, where I do a lot of things, many things. Some of those things include being all over Nameless Domain, doing things, touching things. I'll also be touching things soon-ish on Bad House. Maybe I am touching things on Bad House right now. I don't know. If this is May, go to Bad House and see what I'm doing over there. If this is May. If not, oops. Other things I
If not,
do.
watch the VOD.
Yeah, watch the VOD. Other things I do. I've been on Magi RPG. We should be done by now, but you know what? We have YouTube stuff, so you can go check out Eclipsed Hearts. That's our Magical Girls, Girl by Moonlight. Very anime visual novel story kind of vibe. You can go check out the VODs over there where I play a bitch named Freya. Other stuff that people can tell you I'm on will be Dusty and Alyssa, who are like up next, so they can tell you what else I'm on. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm Alyssa. I played Nora. You can find me online at A Disaster Queer and with Akino. In addition to Goblets and Gaze type things, you can find me Wednesdays on the Mandy's channel for Mistlust, which is a 5e homebrew stream. Very gay, very problematic, perhaps characters are. But yeah, that is me.
Hello, it's me, Dusty. The other things that Aki and Alyssa are with are also Goblets and Gaze and in the Wavering Force, a Star Wars story where we're playing Pathfinder 2e. Yeah. By the time you're hearing this, shit's gone wild in that show. Shit's going pretty wild. You could also find Aki, Aubrey, and I on Bring Your Own Mech because we're back, baby. We're fucking back. We've been back for a little bit already, but now we're actually back in the past, in the future. Um, yeah, and you find me at Dusty Hill. I write games, I do stuff. I don't know where I'm gonna be right now, honestly. I could be like in the middle of the country driving. We'll find out. Anyways, bye.
Hi, I'm Jay or Nala. My pronouns are they, them. I was Eirlin, who is not dead, but is very much a damsel asterisk in distress asterisk gender not included. Can't wait to figure out what's gonna happen in the season finale. What am I? What is this? I'm on Twitter at Nalawoo and at Naladraws everywhere else. You should follow my TikTok where I've been posting lots of TikToks of Eirlin. Just funny things. I also do it for lots of my other characters, including Viridian, who keeps getting mentioned on this show.
Hilarious.
Funny how that happens. And I am an art director and illustrator. I work full-time doing freelance in TTRPGs. I also am a voice actor, sensitivity consultant, and a TTRPG actual play stream performer. God, I don't know when this is gonna be out, but I'm a lot of stuff I'm in is all pre-recording right now. So hopefully that stuff will be out and I will be talking about it on Twitter because I'm a part of a lot of very exciting shows right now and I'm super, super excited about all of that. But nothing is like currently coming out, so I'm like, what do I talk about? But you can see my art on knowledgedraws.com. You can hire me or ask me questions or just say shower me with compliments at knowledgedraws@gmail.com. And that's me. Liv!
Hello, hi, thank you so much. I'm Liv. I use she, they pronouns. You can follow me on Twitter at livinAday. Gosh, I am doing magical girl stuff under the table over on Total Party Chill. Under the table is Total Party Chill's indie showcase show, where this season we are playing Glitter Hearts. You can also catch some of my VODs. Right now, actively, we are re-airing the prologue of Strix U, but there's no reason why you can't go watch Strix U on Black Girl Image or sorry. That's an inside joke. Black Girl Mage. Black Girl Mage is the name of the channel. You can go check that out. I'm also on Our Lives After over on Stella Luna. The VODs are on Stella's YouTube channel as well. And yeah, I also have some recorded stuff. So just follow me on Twitter. Check it out. I'm probably tweeting about Disco Elysium, which is the horror. Oh God, what system is that? Roseville Beach. You know what? Just follow me on Twitter. I've tweeted about it, okay? I'm forgetting the name of the actual system, but it is a very, very queer, disco-centric eldritch horror mystery game. Meh? I'll play a little bird.
Tweaka.
Yes. That's me.
All right. I am Aubrey. You can find me everywhere on the internet at the Mad Queen or Mad Queen Cosplay. I have been your storyteller. And yeah, if you enjoy seeing me play more World of Darkness stuff, you can go watch the entire first season of City of Smoke over on Hallowed Haven's YouTube or listen to the podcast. And by this time, we will be in the third season of Wayfarer, which is their Hunt of the Reckoning show. I'm back playing your local spooky goth girl Isabel, as she's dealing with she really got fucked over last season with this curse. She's dealing with that curse, and various other things, escaping Carcosa and anything else that I'm on. You can go check Twitter and I will tell you. And I also hope you go listen to Tyrant of the Dark Star, Goblets and Gay's new Pathfinder campaign. That has been going for a bit at this point. You can get the character prologues and however many episodes are out by this point. Several. So go check those out. We'll be back next week for the final episode of the season. Don't worry, we'll have some epilogues after that. So, it's not over yet, but we'll see what happens. I fully expect to be yelled at the cast for how I left them right as soon as the recording ends, but we'll see all of you later.